Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 320, The Vanishing Act 2, Intermediate. Detective Inspector Marcus Harris was not a man easily surprised. Years of poring over cold cases and interviewing hardened criminals had hardened him to most things. But the case of the missing millionaire, Arthur Blackwood, was different. Blackwood, a man known for his eccentric lifestyle and even more eccentric security system, had simply vanished into thin air. The police had been called to Blackwood's mansion, a sprawling Gothic estate on the edge of the city, after his housekeeper had reported him missing. There was no sign of a break-in, no forced entry, and no obvious struggle. It was as if Blackwood had simply ceased to exist. Harris, a seasoned detective with sharp mind and an even sharper wit, was intrigued. He began to delve into Blackwood's life, a life that, despite its outward appearance of wealth and privilege, was shrouded in mystery. Blackwood had few friends, fewer still who knew him intimately. His business dealings were complex and often secretive. One of the few people who seemed to know Blackwood well was his personal assistant, a young woman named Anya Petrova. Anya was a striking figure, with piercing blue eyes and a sharp intelligence. She had been working for Blackwood for several years, and she was devastated by his disappearance. Harris interviewed Anya at length, but she couldn't provide any concrete information. She had last seen Blackwood the day before he vanished, when he had left the mansion to attend a business meeting. She had no idea where he was going or who he was meeting. As Harris delved deeper into the case, he began to uncover a web of deceit and intrigue. Blackwood, it seemed, had been involved in some shady business dealings, and he had made enemies in high places. Harris suspected that one of these enemies might have had something to do with his disappearance. But as he pursued this theory, he also began to consider another possibility. Perhaps Blackwood's disappearance was not the result of foul play at all. Perhaps he had simply staged his own disappearance, a carefully planned vanishing act. This theory was supported by the fact that Blackwood had a history of eccentric behavior. He had once disappeared for months, only to reappear as if nothing had happened, and he had a reputation for being a master of disguise. Harris was torn between these two theories. On the one hand, he had evidence suggesting that Blackwood had been involved in dangerous activities. On the other hand, he had no concrete proof that he had been harmed. As he continued to investigate, Harris found himself drawn into a world of deception and danger. He faced threats, intimidation, and even attempts on his life, but he was determined to solve the case, no matter the cost. In the end, it was a seemingly insignificant detail that led Harris to the truth. A small, overlooked clue that pointed to a hidden room in Blackwood's mansion. Inside the room, he found evidence that confirmed his suspicions. Blackwood had indeed staged his own disappearance, but not for the reasons Harris had initially thought. The truth was far more sinister. Blackwood had been forced to disappear to protect himself and others from a powerful and dangerous organization. He had planned his disappearance meticulously, leaving behind a trail of false clues to mislead his pursuers. Harris was shocked by the revelation. He had never imagined that such a thing could happen in the modern world. But as he pieced together the final pieces of the puzzle, he realized that the truth was stranger than fiction. The case of the missing millionaire had been solved, but the mystery of Arthur Blackwood remained. He had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a legacy of intrigue and deception. And as for Harris, he was left to wonder if he would ever truly understand the man who had captivated his attention and challenged his beliefs. Vocabulary notes. Eccentric, meaning strange or unusual, especially in behavior. Example from the text. Blackwood, a man known for his eccentric lifestyle and even more eccentric security system, had simply vanished into thin air. Similar words. Quirky, odd, peculiar, weird. Intrigued, meaning curious or fascinated. Example from the text. Harris, a seasoned detective with a sharp mind and an even sharper wit, was intrigued. Similar words. Curious, interested, captivated, fascinated. Shrouded, meaning covered or hidden. Example from the text. Blackwood's life, despite its outward appearance of wealth and privilege, was shrouded in mystery. Similar words. Veiled, concealed, obscured, masked. Devastated, meaning extremely shocked and upset. Example from the text. Anya was devastated by his disappearance. Similar words. Heartbroken, crushed, shattered, distraught. Intrigue, meaning cunning plans and schemes. Example from the text. As Harris delved deeper into the case, he began to uncover a web of deceit and intrigue. Similar words. Conspiracy, plot, scheme, machination. Sinister, meaning suggesting or threatening evil or harm. Example from the text. Blackwood had been involved in some shady business dealings, and he had made enemies in high places. Similar words. Evil, wicked, malicious, malevolent. Meticulously, meaning extremely careful and precisely. Example from the text. He had planned his disappearance meticulously, leaving behind a trail of false clues to mislead his pursuers. Similar words. Carefully, precisely, thoroughly, painstakingly. Perilous, meaning full of danger. Example from the text. It was a dangerous mission, filled with perilous encounters and life-threatening situations. Similar words. Hazardous, risky, dangerous, unsafe. Story written by Google Gemini AI. Images created by Image Effects AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.